Imagine a Middle-earth where darkness never fades, a world where Sauron is but a footnote in the reign of true terror, a world where the last flickers of hope were extinguished long ago. This is not the Middle-earth you know. The rolling green hills of the Shire, burnt to cinders. The majestic halls of Gondor, crumbled into dust. The song of the elves, drowned in eternal wailing. What if Morgoth, the original Dark Lord, had won? What if he had crushed the Valar, enslaved the elves, and bent all life to his will? This is the nightmare that could have been. The darkest timeline of Middle-earth. Welcome back. Today we walk the shadowed path of a world that could have been, and thank the Valar that it never came to pass. Let's get started. At the end of the First Age, Morgoth had brought Middle-earth to the brink of ruin. His forces had conquered nearly all of Beleriand. Countless elves and men had perished, and even the mighty kingdoms of the Noldor lay in ashes. This was not a mere war of conquest. It was a war of annihilation. Morgoth had spent centuries forging his dominion, corrupting races, twisting nature, and creating horrors that had never been seen before. Balrog stalked the night. Orcs numbered in the millions, and great war beasts trampled the ruins of once proud civilizations. But the Valar, the godlike beings of Arda, finally intervened. In the War of Wrath, they unleashed their full power. The skies were torn asunder. Armies of elves, Maiar, and great eagles clashed with Morgoth's endless legions. Even the dreaded dragons of Angband, led by Ancalagon the Black, were unleashed. The earth itself trembled beneath their might. But let's turn back time. What if Morgoth had won this war? What if, through sheer might, cunning, or an unforeseen betrayal, he had crushed the Valar's final assault? The consequences would be catastrophic. If Morgoth had won the War of Wrath, the Valar would have fallen back to Valinor, or worse, been slaughtered outright. Valinor, the land of the gods, was once thought untouchable, a paradise beyond the reach of darkness. But what if Morgoth, wielding the full power of his armies, had launched an invasion, turning paradise into a wasteland? The two trees were already gone, but he could have snuffed out the last remnants of their light, plunging the world into eternal twilight. The seas would have boiled as his corruption spread. The very air of a man, once filled with music and harmony, would have turned into a poison miasma, choking out life itself. And the greatest tragedy? The elves who had fled to Valinor for safety, their last refuge, would have had nowhere left to run. They would have been hunted, broken, and enslaved, turned into a mockery of what they once were. Morgoth would have obliterated the Valar, corrupted or enslaved their Maiar, and declared himself the one true god of Arda. And with the divine powers defeated, who would be left to stand against him? Without the Valar, Middle-earth would have fallen into absolute darkness. Elves, once the fairest of Iluvatar's creations, would have been enslaved and twisted beyond recognition. No longer would they sing songs of starlight. Instead, their voices would be drowned out by the sound of the whip. Their grace and beauty would have been defiled, their spirits crushed under centuries of torment. Men, whose fate was already fragile, would have been divided, some choosing servitude, others perishing in rebellion. Morgoth would have had no reason to allow free will to persist. His dominion would have been absolute. And what of the dwarves? Perhaps they could have retreated into their mountains, but even they would not escape his grasp forever. Morgoth had already corrupted the hearts of many, with promises of power. Under his reign, all races would have bowed, or been annihilated. Middle-earth would have transformed into a land of shadow and death. Morgoth had always despised the very world he walked upon. Unlike Sauron, who sought to rule, Morgoth sought to ruin. Under his dominion, the sun and moon would be snuffed out, leaving the world in an endless night. The land itself, twisted and broken, filled with fire, smoke, and corruption. All free peoples, either slaughtered or enslaved, their cultures erased forever. The last free kingdoms, Gondor, Rohan, Erebor, would have never existed. The Age of Men would have never dawned. And what of Sauron? Would he have remained loyal? Or, as Morgoth's most cunning lieutenant, would he have sought to overthrow his master? In the darkest timeline, there is no victory. no redemption, only the slow, suffocating grip of evil tightening over eternity. Luckily, this was not the fate of Middle-earth. The Valar prevailed, Morgoth was cast into the void, and the world was given a second chance. Light returned, and with it, hope. The elves sang once more, the kingdoms of men flourished, and the Shire remained untouched, a testament to what was saved. But the echoes of Morgoth's malice still linger in the hearts of those who remember, a chilling reminder that darkness is never truly gone. It waits, patient and unseen, for the day it may rise again. But tell me, what do you think? If Morgoth had won, would there have been any way to resist him? Would Sauron have rebelled? Could the Valar have staged a return? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe and like for more videos like this. It's a small click for you, but it means a lot to me. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you on the next one.